Someone325 versus Econ. Econ, we know. I'll start with Econ because I feel like someone needs no introduction. But Econ is fairly new, but has always been pretty good at certainly like sort of Twitch platformer-y standard type of games. Was the person who knocked Okami into the lower bracket, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that is true. I think last year they have a 1-2 record. They just didn't get the games that they synced with. But this year, only getting one game that they didn't truly sync with, and really showing why they are a very good competitor. With that 1-2 record being kind of almost a goof.
Mm-hmm.
Like, doesn't seem like it should. It's accurate, and their win record in the back half and just all the matches they've won really proves that. And of course, Someone325, another one of those perennial top 8 players, has only been in 3 mystery tournaments, but has second, fourth, and I think a third to their name.
Yeah.
So just
I think you're
exceptionally
right.
consistent player.
It's just very good at games. Where's this frog from?
That looks like a Final Fantasy-esque frog.
I agree. It looks like a SNES RPG, or maybe like some sort of like parody or like kind of reimagining of a SNES RPG. Yeah, it could be FF5. Oh, is it like Toad spell? This is like your character after having Toad.
Yeah, I'm assuming that this is you. Like, well, you face the other direct. No, am I thinking? No, that's only when you. Yeah, no, this is correct because you're facing that direction in FF5.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, they always change up the direction
I would love
that
some
you're facing.
confirmation on that. I don't know if this has been discussed yet, which is interesting. Econ is, I don't know, is a guy chilling, having a jacuzzi.
We have discussed what Econ is.
That could be from any. Is that from something specific or is it just art?
I think that's just art. I don't know if Econ told us exactly. Like, I could probably pull this up because Econ literally like fact checked everybody after the race when Maurice and Myth commented on it.
That's awesome.
And it's like, it's this, guys. Stop being stupid. In exactly that tone. That's
I think
exactly
it's a guy
how
doing
Econ
a jacuzzi
spoke.
in a coffee cup. I mean, how could it not be?
No, it's a mud bath.
Yeah, it could be a mud bath.
But I'll double check this fact check. Maybe you can discuss the games they've played to get here.
Yeah, let's do that. Neither of them having to scroll. Someone having only wins until losing to Adam in Power Putt Legend. That was a crazy match. Glad that got resolved. It was some wildness there.
Oh, wait, no. My profile pic is a guy bathing in coffee, by the way. LOL.
Got it. I knew it.
So it is coffee.
Beat Bacon Man and Wreck-It Ralph, platformer that we probably shouldn't play the whole game of, but it's too easy to just do full game on the DS. Beating Ellipsis Break on Magical Cat Adventure, making me look like a stupid idiot for how hard the final level was for me. Someone beating it on the very first try. Trample Tommy trying to beat Magical Cat Adventure. It was a struggle. Also beating Full Lizards and Caroline. I did not see that match, but I know that is like Portal in the Celeste Classic engine on the Pico 8 Celeste engine. But it's got portals. So pretty tough game. I did play it. It was hard. So that's quite a win. Also, Full Wizard's strong competitor.
And only losing to Adam325. No, that's the combination of someone and Adam. A force to be reckoned with in the gaming world. No, but losing to Adam Numbers, also known as Ferris, in Power Putt Legend in the very comical No One Read the Rules Right game.
Yeah, that was wild. That game was insane. I don't even want to talk about it. Econ beat Pwn Noob in Toto World 3, which was a bootleg Master System game. Quite a first match, honestly, but I that's fun. beat Okami, who we just saw make it into top 8 in Reverse X Reverse.
If I
Beat
remember
Snowdozer
correctly,
and Plus.
it was the final level, which was basically an auto-scroller. And I think they just mistook one of the keys as being the key icon in the top left corner.
Oh no! The HUD destroyed. That's crazy.
If I remember that race correctly, that happened, I think, to both players. They thought that the final key was the key icon in the top left. But yeah, Econ pulling the win out from Okami in that one. Beat Snowdozer in N+, the classic game you probably remember if you are a millennial and have played Flash games on the internet.
Yes, N/N plus. Kind of a weird game if you're blind, though, I guess. It does play pretty
Yeah, the
strangely.
physics in that it's very different than your typical like Mario fare.
Yeah. Losing to Maurice in 1,000 Tiny Claws. That was your sub. Fun PSP game.
And Econ almost won that, if I remember correctly.
It was close.
Had that insane mashing at the end to what I was positive was a scripted like fight.
I know. I didn't even try it because I mean I was playing it and you were like, yeah, it takes 3, and then I played it and I was like, yep, takes 3, and then Econ did it almost in 1 cycle, but then just barely had to move over to 2, but it was insane.
It was insane, yeah.
Beat Mundungu and Ivy the Kiwi. I missed that one, but that's a fun game.
Yeah, very good DS game where you can basically make platforms for a Kiwi that is constantly running. And if you know the strats, you know the strats. Which I think they discovered maybe midway through the race, but very fun DS game if you haven't checked it out. And just beat Callback and Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. One of the classic Disney NES games that are just fun. Like when Disney knew how to... was that a Capcom game?
I don't know. I think it was... well, I don't know. I feel like maybe it was like Virgin, when Virgin was doing all the Disney stuff. But maybe not.
But like
someone in
when,
chat
like,
can help me.
Back when NES and Disney made like really fun, if not short games.
Oh, it is Capcom, okay.
That were just like, DuckTales, all the Magical Quest games. Not to say that they haven't made good games since, but just like that classic 2D era of just like really consistent games.
Yeah, well, the game we have coming up probably couldn't be more different than Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers on the NES, honestly. This is a paid modern puzzle game.
Ooh.
I know.
Words that you are afraid to hear sometimes in mystery tournaments.
Sometimes. This was submitted by our own puzzle master, Sully. I'm just still getting it set up here. And this may be a game that people here are familiar with, honestly. It's had a pretty decently popular life as far as puzzle games go. Oh, maybe it's Salmon Buffalo. Excuse me. Yes.
Yeah, Salmon Buffalo, also known as Sully.
Well, they're both testers, and they both helped me out a lot this year.
They both begin with S. Anybody with an S name is technically
really
good.
Sully begins with a 5, but we'll let it slide. And here we are.
Yeah, but it's pronounced with an S.
The game is Inbento. Are you familiar with this game?
I am not. But I see a cat and bento, which I think bento means box.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, bento means box in Japanese. No, I don't think it does.
Why do they call them bento boxes? That's like calling things that's the whole like Spider-Verse joke of don't call it chai tea because that's just calling it TT.
So
This is box.
yeah. So here's the game. You have to create what's on the right by dragging things from the bottom. Obviously, it's starting out quite easy, as you can see.
Yeah, it's literally like making a sushi bento.
Yes. You can rotate. And you can cover up previous things. Became relevant on if Econ can figure out the first true puzzle of the game. Yes, that's good.
Yeah, so
That's good because the game does get harder.
yeah, we're beating World 8, and
Yes.
not even less than a minute we've finished World 1.
So you see how that one has kind of black edges on it? It's not because the egg sushi is burned. It is because you can't rotate it.
Okay, so we got like tomato, rice, and not sure what the yellow one is.
Egg.
Oh, that's egg. Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, egg.
Nice. Someone is moving well into this. So yes, you can't rotate that. If it has the dark on it, you can't rotate it. I do want to point out that it's like when you cover stuff up, it's not relevant what you covered up. You just need the final result to be.
It's essentially just making the top-down view look exactly the way you want it to look.
Yeah.
Like you can stack for days. Like, can you stack for days?
Yeah, you can. I don't. There's no limit as far as I know.
You can just continuously stack one thing in one spot.
Yeah.
You get your lunch, just like, why is it all just squeezed in this corner?
It's like a trash compactor. Which is a thing a lot of people used to have. I don't really know what happened to those. I haven't seen them around lately. There we go. Someone not getting caught by the wrong order there. So this game moves pretty fast, and you can see it's a pretty simple concept, but it can get pretty complicated.
Ooh. I don't know why, but I really want you, ID, to like squeeze the two streams closer together so then we can have this connected book.
I know. Well, let me tell you, that's impossible. but that's all done for me, so I cannot rearrange the streams. But what I could do is make a little picture and put it in the middle somehow. But I don't.
It's
I
the
don't
weirdest, like, it's the weirdest 3-ring binder that has like a 2-inch page in between the two pages on the side.
Oh, I could draw it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
No, it's not.
Well, while I'm doing that, which my wife has very urged against, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay, so now we have
mechanic.
Introduced
Yeah.
kind of rotation pieces that will swap the spots in those areas. So now this is where the puzzles are actually really showing up.
Yeah.
So it's not just a matter of putting them in the right spot, but making sure you can swap things. So I can see on Someone325 has a pair of the exact same ones, so you could probably double switch if you could just get them in the right positions, but you only have the switches. Someone already clearing onto World 4 with 4 minutes on the clock. So almost halfway.
I mean, the game does get a lot harder, but it's pretty impressive speed.
Yeah, someone is fighting like a top 8 spot is on the line, and there definitely is. But Econ is not that far behind. Yeah, Sully in chat saying that this goal was under 15 minutes for Sully.
Well,
so it is possible that we could have another finish if someone really blazes through. But Sully is a certified puzzle gamer.
it's
So
true.
because now we have like grain rice. Ooh, we have a different block that just shifts it the direction. Okay.
Yeah, it's almost hard to keep up, but these mechanics have been getting introduced and getting taken down swiftly by Someone325.
The game is very clear on exactly what I think each thing does. But yeah, there's a quick clear from someone. 4-7 to 4-2, so only 5 levels, now 4 levels behind.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is sort of insane. I'll tell you this goal was not 15 minutes for me. I was somewhat familiar with this game. I think it was like an early release on the Switch, back when like there weren't that many digital Switch games. So yeah, I remember it got some attention.
The prime time to have a Switch game.
Yeah.
When the store wasn't littered with...
It wasn't like mostly hentai games, which it seems to be now. It's quite a different era than it was.
Yeah, and they say Nintendo doesn't care about its clientele.
Seriously.
It's giving exactly what the people want.
This is a pretty tough level, I would say. Oh, someone is able to figure it out.
And by tough, you mean solved instantly, pretty much.
Seriously. Econ also is on 4-7. Wow.
Oh, made a really good ketchup. Not that you'd want to put ketchup in a bento box, but...
No. Well, maybe. You know, we've yet to see what's coming up.
The ketchup mechanic ruins the food inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we're on that thinking phase of these puzzle games where we see almost no action or movement from the players. Just sitting there looking at the screen trying to figure out exactly what to do.
Yeah. So, someone was really close there, but not quite close enough. So I think I see it. Maybe. Oh. Maybe not.
I honestly think this is already wrong because I don't know how you shift the...
I think you move the green up and then right.
Oh yeah, because you can
But
rotate
you have no
those
up.
little guys.
There is no up movement.
No,
Oh,
you can rotate.
You
those.
can rotate.
You can rotate
Obviously,
those ones.
obviously.
The double rights are the ones you can't rotate.
Yeah. So I think you move it up and then right, and then you put the Yeah. Yep. There it is.
And there's the song.
It wasn't
Moving
quite there,
on.
but had it a little bit. Moving on to
So
World 5.
755 onto World 5.
Still has the majority of this game left to go, I'll say. I mean, you know, World 1 basically didn't exist. I mean, it was...
I mean, honestly, those
entirely
first 3
tutorial.
worlds were pretty much just all tutorial.
Yeah.
And even World 4 was still tutorial.
Yeah, so now we're moving on. I guess sort of the new mechanic is that you have these that move things in multiple different directions at once. But that doesn't really, you know, rack your brain any harder than it did before. So I think it's, if anything, it's even a little easier to only have one to deal with rather than a bunch of different arrows.
Yeah, because someone is blazing through these early World 5 levels, while Econ now stuck, was stuck on 4-7, now is, I wouldn't say stuck on 4-8, but is still kind of working out the solution here.
One of the harder levels. I remember being stuck on it for a little.
But if Econ can get 4-8 and 4-9, can easily catch up to Someone325 in this state.
Yeah, and this game was graciously donated by Sam and Buffalo as a game to play this year. If you do want to submit a paid game, we need 4 keys. Two for testers, 2 for players. This game gets pretty cheap pretty often though. So I would look out for sales if this looks interesting.
And now this just makes me want, like, sushi.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but, like, there's no... You're close to an ocean.
I'm... Not only that, it might have the biggest Asian population in the country where I live. I think that Asian food here is incredible. I'm lucky to live where I do and like Asian food.
Yeah, we're not like landlocked because we have a giant lake in
Yeah.
Minnesota, but like the sushi game here, surprisingly not that strong.
Or whatever 5-7 is easy level, basically done for you.
Hmm.
I would say the majority of these in World 5 have been easier than 4-8 and 4-9.
Yeah, but it's these last two, like
Yeah.
5-8, 5 dash, like the dash 8s and the dash 9s are the ones that are typically the hard versions of what you've been being taught so far.
Ooh, with an instant solve from someone that like it's crazy how quickly there's so many
Yeah, Econ
like
onto World 5 now, so
wow.
as someone makes it to World
Someone got the
6.
Steam achievement.
Oh, now we have you can remove, or no, that's not. No, it is remove.
It is. It is, and then you can put it back. It
Yeah,
brings
so
it
still,
down into your thing. So now we have a lot to think about. The crazy thing is like I'm having a watching them do this. It's like we're barely even looking at what the goal is on the right side. I'm mostly just like looking at their moves and like, oh, it's solved, and then look over and be like, yep, that was actually what they needed.
yeah, I'm seeing the shapes and then seeing them like put them in there, and then by the time they've done that, I look over and they've already moved on to the next puzzle.
What a
Yeah,
crazy move! I absolutely thought the first move was to take out the bottom right corner, looking at someone's
yeah,
puzzle.
someone is really gaming right now.
Yeah.
Like, only 2 more worlds after this. And even Econ is also doing a phenomenal job, but just is unfortunately up against one of the best blind racers in the tournament.
Someone noticing there that the thing for that level was to take it out and then put the exact same piece in the same spot but rotated. Gives a whole new sort of thought to how you need to think about these levels.
Yeah, and 6-7 now almost a full world ahead of Econ, who, as I said, is and then just immediately solving 6-7.
Yeah. Although 6-7, it seems like the dash sevens are like for some reason they're like gimmick levels. I don't. They kind of solve themselves.
And I think it's just like the one last tutorial before we hit you with the 2 hard
Yeah.
levels. And there's 6-8 onto the nice level. Yeah, Econ has actually been struggling a little bit on World 5 now. So I'm just removing everything from this box.
Wow.
And that is the solution. Amazing.
It's so hard because it gives you. Oh, you have like. Ah, so that's a duplication. Duplication block. Copy paste.
Yeah, so I'm going to assume that these first 5 levels in 7 dash in World 7 are going to pretty quickly.
Yeah. The hard thing about this game is that it gives you all these stuff that you don't need to care about. Like you might have the like I don't know, looks like a jalapeno or something, and you need to put it somewhere, but then like that's not actually the one that you needed there at the end. And so you have to sort of think about, is this bait? Is this real?
Oh, someone...
Oh, got confused.
Yeah, it didn't pick what I'm just going to assume is pineapple.
I think it's egg. Or no, I think it's a cut sandwich.
That's a tiny sandwich.
A tiny little finger sandwich.
Because, like, I assume the orange thing is carrots.
It does look like carrots. Ooh, and we've
And
got some purple. That's like
those are beans.
and I think
Those
that's
are straight-
concentrated evil. If you've ever played a video game, that tends to be what they use to represent
That is
evil.
just for lunch today. I have packed you evil. It's right next to the avocado. And this red, I think the red is bell peppers.
Yeah.
Is what I.
This does look like a all veggie all the time box.
And Econ finally getting past 5-5.
It's true. We've got a Myth's suspension of disbelief has officially been suspended too far. We've jumped the shark. Bento magic. This is a this is a situation. Well, paprika in English is a spice and doesn't refer to a pepper, but it refers to a pepper in almost every language. But I think when you say paprika, you're referring to a pepper.
Yeah, now we have this egg sandwich, concentrated evil, avocado, paprika, carrots.
I wouldn't mind an egg salad sandwich.
I got a bag of Smart Food white cheddar popcorn.
Oh, those are
That's
good.
what I'm eating right now. Muting my mic between bites.
It's a lot of work. It's impressive.
Yeah, I don't want to be rude.
This is a pretty big gap at this point. Econ moving on to 5-8, where level 5 starts to get challenging. Someone has moved to 7-8. I mean, that's really something.
Now 7-9, just it is not looking good for Econ. Econ really needs someone to get stuck on 7-9 or any of the levels in 8. And Econ needs to pretty much solve every puzzle from now on instantly to really have this comeback happen. I'm pulling for it.
I don't. So I like what someone was thinking there. The thing about, I mean, I already think I'm maybe not the best puzzle commentator. Sometimes it's just hard for me to keep up. But I think in this game, it's just like, oh, and there we go. Yes. Okay. So is moving that over? Yep. Wow.
Yeah. Someone like I'm not even trying to solve these because I know that I can't.
Not this
at
quick.
Least not at the rate that someone is doing it.
I will say this is a pretty easy game as far as puzzle games we might see here go. I mean, it's very solvable, but like. This is interesting. Oh.
And there's the solve. Like,
not
again,
the way I was expecting to do that.
Now we've got a bunch of duplicators and then a rotation. So we just need a concentrated evil with one egg salad at top.
Oh, weird. The way someone is almost approaching this like an action game. He's like holding the thing and is like, oh, do I move it here? Do I move it? I mean, it's like.
Well, I think what someone is doing is someone can actually visualize what's going to happen when he's holding it up. And so can just look down at what he has left to kind of just like connect the rest of the pieces.
Yeah, that makes sense. The gap duplicator is a little odd. Was able to make that work. Rotates the bento in his mind. He's got a mind for bento. I was concerned this game might go overtime. Because our next match is in half an hour, but someone is very good at games. There's no reason for me to have been concerned.
And Econ finally finishing World 5 onto World 6. But that is
quite a gap.
Essentially 30 levels to go for Econ, where someone has 6. To be fair, some of the levels Econ has are going to be hopefully quick, since they are going to be early levels. But
Yeah, it's
with the
interesting that this. I almost forgot about this. The World 6 mechanic, the takebacks mechanic, has been. It was completely abandoned in World 7 and 8. I wonder. I assume they're going to start to combine the sort of take back and duplicator, but haven't, not yet.
yeah, someone needs to get these carrots. I think
There
like
it is.
when I see someone move those pieces with like the authority, like he solved
Yes,
it.
yes. There's
Like
a.
it's anytime.
Oh, go ahead.
Anytime he has like kind of those like hesitant movements, like he's experimenting, trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. This is an interesting game. You really have to be good at visualizing things. I think that because it's so easy for the first move to be wrong, that this is the game where you really have to fully understand what you want to do before you even start. Because there's no guarantee the first move was right. There's no reason for you to keep playing around with the state that you put it in after the first move if it was wrong. It's just going to waste your time. So going back to the beginning every time makes sense. Also, while I was talking, we have combined the duplication and take back mechanic.
Yeah, it's harder to eliminate possibilities, I think, in this game. Like, because some puzzle games, it's like, you have, like, I have to start by doing this move because it's the forced first move, so I can work from there. Or you can work backwards. Like, I know that this has to be, I have to use this pusher to do something at the end, so I can use that as my last move. I'm not quite sure if this has that same kind of mental game, or if there is, I'm not seeing it and someone is. Yeah, 3 levels to go for someone.
A lot of things. Oh, it's taking that out because... That's interesting, because that is exactly what you need on the right side.
Yeah, I'm wondering, do you need to use every piece?
Interesting. I don't think we've seen a level where you haven't had to.
Yeah, just one stinky avocado in someone's bento box. Can't have that.
I mean, it's pretty impressive they grew it square, though. It's like with the square watermelons.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, that's the only other square fruit that isn't square that I can think of.
It's like a weird, like, viral picture that, like, everybody talks about. I don't think anyone ever, like... It was, like, one picture. Now it's, like, everyone talking about the square watermelon. I don't even know if that was, like, a thing beyond the one picture of somebody growing square watermelon. I think someone was on the right track with taking out the exact red, yellow, red vertically that you need for the right side and adding it back in.
Yeah, it's hard because you have that one piece that has the avocado on it, that has your egg pieces on it. But there isn't really a way to cover that. So it might be you have to use that one first.
Sully, how'd you beat this in 15 minutes? Insane. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yep.
All right, 2 levels to go.
Whoa. This is a pretty out there set you have in your box. There's a lot going on. I do want to say props to Econ. This is still very fast solving. I mean, we're well into
Yeah.
You know, this has been like 50 levels of puzzle, and we're
It's one of those, like, if Econ was playing any other player, Econ would probably be in the lead.
Well, and I do want to, I think Myth has said a similar point, but I mean, we just saw Triscore unfortunately lose their place in top 8, but I would say we have, some of it is down to like initial bracket and like actual, like, we probably have 16 players at least that would be like comfortable in top 8. So I mean, they can't all be there. It's kind of crazy now. We've got some good players.
Yeah, and not every one of those players is even competing every year.
It's true. We didn't
So,
see
like,
Andy this year.
So yeah, it's just the crop of players keeps getting better and better every year.
Mm-hmm.
Really fast movement there on someone, but there is Econ with the solve on to World 7.
I mean, this would be the most insane.
I mean, yeah, if this comeback is happening,
I think it's unlikely, but I mean, you know, we can dream. Anything is possible.
Econ could make it close. I mean, because especially a lot of these early 7 levels are pretty easy because they are kind of just tutorializing the duplicator.
True, yeah. I would say really only like 8 or 9 real levels behind. The most of World 8 has been pretty challenging because there's no new mechanics. I think it's just like a combination of things.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the mechanic is it's combining the mechanics. Yeah, but this 8-8 is really messy. Like, I'm not even sure what the starting move is here.
Giving you a whole L piece to stick in is like pretty out there. I
Especially when, like, none of the pieces in the solution are next to each other.
Yeah.
So, like, I would think you would need to use one of the rotation pieces you have on that piece. So rotation is definitely going to go after.
There it is.
There's the solve, 1 to go. And like me just thinking about that, it's like someone was probably already clocked that in their brain.
15 stages total. Interesting. Good to know. So it's
And
a really big
that's
game.
it.
There
That's
it
the
is.
solve. That is done from Someone325, punching
Really good
his
time.
ticket into top 8 for the 4th year in a row.
That's an official SRL time of 28:26.
Oh, the cat's going to college?
Yeah, the cat's going to college.
Or no, cat's going to culinary school.
Oh.
Gonna be told off by Gordon Ramsay.
Gonna call him a donut. Fucking donut.
You idiot sandwich.
Donut's just funny. I mean, nobody calls anybody donuts. I mean, maybe that was like insulting 30 years ago in England or something, and that's where he got it, but it's just like, it's a wild thing to call somebody.
Someone called someone a cheeseburger in college once. Like, hey, you cheeseburger. I was like, I don't know if that's really an insult, but it was said in an insulting tone.
Yeah.
And that's really all you need. It's just like, you say it in an insulting tone, and there's your insult. But But yeah, that is another top 8 deciding race. I think, is it just the
Yeah,
one? No, there's two races left, or
that's gonna
3.
be someone versus Econ. Or no, excuse me, we just saw someone versus Okami.
Yeah, that will be top 8
In
though.
top
But
8.
I think we have Moor versus Arc Bliss, and then the winner of that versus Jackazam, and then we also have Marshmaster versus
The Whitley.
the Whitley, and those
So
are
that's
our last matches before top 8.
Yep. Right now we have one new top 8er for a turret. Okami and someone have been there before, but I think everyone in that lower part, we're gonna have 2 new people in top 8, guaranteed to be new. I don't think Jackazam, Muware, the Whitley, or Marshmaster have ever been there.
But speaking of someone who's
So-
not new to top 8, we have Someone325.
Hey, how's it going?
Congrats on your victory.
Thank you. Just thought about hopping in here, if you don't
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, I mean, we would. That's the typical protocol.
Yeah.
So, how did you feel about making bento boxes?
It was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah,
trying
you were
to go as
blazing.
fast as my fingers make me, and then sometimes I had to stop and think. But
Yeah, you were basically blazing through the majority of these puzzles. Like you and Econ were kind of lockstep for the first kind of 4 worlds. But then something tripped up Econ in World 5, and you just zoomed.
yeah, the puzzles weren't like super complicated until near the end. Like I'd say like the 9th level of each world was like the boss level.
Yeah. 8 and 9 were the ones where yeah, I think apparently according to Sully there are, I mean, you own this game now, there are 15 worlds, so they do keep it going. I don't know
I
how
love
crazy
how-
the mechanics get.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
I love how I mean, congratulations, someone, but Econ was like 2 worlds back of you when you were like on that last puzzle of 8, and now is on 8-4. So this is actually closer than it looked at one point.
Yeah, most of the worlds are like kind of tutorials, but then the last 2 are like real puzzles. But you can get like lucky, and the first thing you try is what works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how did you feel about like all the different mechanics, like the duplicator, the takesies backsies? I'm just calling it that. We didn't agree upon a term.
Pretty good variety. I think there should be like more mechanics later, right? And then World 8 was like mixing all the mechanics together, so that was
Yeah, I think
a
that's
lot
one of
to
the
wrap my
reasons
head around, but
8 was so challenging, because they know the
right.
mechanics, but it just kind of combined everything.
ID, you're cutting out a little bit.
Oh, sorry about that. I'll sit slightly closer to the mic.
Yeah, it's like cutting out your last words when you finish a sentence. So it's like when you try to. That's what's happening.
Well, GG,
Yeah.
top 8 again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I can't remember what game did you dropped you down to the lower bracket?
I think it was the golf RPG game.
Oh, right, against Adam. Yeah, fair enough. So that just happened. So you had mostly not too many games this year. Not too much down in the lower bracket, but this was a fun race. And you're facing Okami, who we just saw win their match in Losers 8s on March 16th. So be there.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there. I think he usually beats me in Kusa Grande, so we'll see what happens here.
Well, this ain't Kuso Grande, someone. This is Mystery Tournament.
Yeah, we like Shrambles here. They hate him over at Kuso Grande. He gives
No,
mean
they don't
games that
hate
everybody
me.
hates, apparently. That I DM'd him. Hasn't had to give any of those so far, but I can't even imagine.
I'll know when they hate me. when they stop talking to me.
No.
But yeah, not much else to say. I think, yeah, just get excited for top 8.
Yeah, man. I can start like filling in people on my thing. The schedule's coming together. I'm excited.
Nice.
Top eight's gonna happen. Econ on 8-5, moving right through here.
Yeah, they're definitely when the levels get a lot harder.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you two were actually pretty close. I think you were on 4-9, and Econ was on 4-8 or 4-7. So like at that point, you were only 2 apart. But then, oh, you gave out Eden Angel. That game's awesome. We didn't. If that's the one I'm thinking of, we didn't accept it here, but not for any like egregious reason. It was just like really hard for us to keep up with.
It's a weird game.
We
And
couldn't
Angel's a
understand
weird
if there was
game.
RNG or like what was going on. I don't know. It just got confusing.
Okay. So there isn't. So completely off topic game that isn't the game we're watching or you can even see. And an Angel is a very weird game, but every enemy can be defeated. You just have to solve the puzzle on how to do it. Or you can do the long way and touch every tile.
What genre of game is this?
It's called NN Angel for PlayStation 1.
Yeah, we didn't. I'm gonna look at that again, Mooware. I liked.
I didn't
have
full
time
game.
to look at it again this year. We already looked at it last year, but I'm gonna look at it again. We'll see. We might be able to get that in here.
I played the full game. The final boss of NN Angel is insane.
Good to hear.
All the bosses in that game are crazy.
Is there a new mechanic here on World 9? Not yet, it looks like, huh?
No, just like a lot of pieces.
Was that bacon? Did we just get bacon? Or what is that?
I don't know.
Reddish. Or it could just be a
Maybe like
meat cube. Meat cube.
Meat cube.
My favorite mechanic in a
It could be a
rom-com.
beet. You ever eaten a beet and you thought it was cranberry sauce before you ate it, but it was a beet?
No, because I don't like either. Beets taste like dirt.
Yeah, well, I don't like beets either, but when you think it's cranberry sauce, they're even worse.
It's like biting into a cookie that you thought was chocolate chip and it's oatmeal raisin.
It's a sad day. It's a sad day for everybody.
And then you have to eat the whole cookie because, you don't waste food. But you don't like it.
This level was a difficult one for you, someone, 8-7, where you have to put the... Oh, there we go. Econ solved it. I think maybe even a little bit faster than you there. That was a hard one.
Missed a move, and then it took me a while to find it. This one took me a long time.
8-8, I think, was harder for you than 8-9.
Yeah, 8-9, I think I lucked into the solution.
Something I was saying during the race is that in some puzzle games, you make a few moves, then you kind of look, and then you see where you're at. In this game, it feels like it's so easy for the first move to be wrong that you shouldn't... Like, you really just kind of need to look in the initial state the whole time and figure out what you're going to do with every single piece, or else... Like, if you just kind of play around with stuff, you're going to get yourself into a broken state too often.
Right,
Would you agree with that?
Sometimes you can't just sit still, so you have to put pieces somewhere and then see what happens. I already forgot the solution for this puzzle.
Yeah, I feel like this game doesn't, let you lock in exactly what you did. Like, I couldn't tell you what any of these puzzles look like from after you finished it.
Well, it gives no indication of what you've covered up or whether anything is covered up, so it's kind of erases your previous moves from your memory, from visual memory at least.
Yeah, there's no requirement to make everything stack up neatly. You can just have a 4-tile deep hole in your box or something.
and we've got to give game.
That was a very quiet bark from Freya that time.
That wasn't her.
I was keep up with the comedy ID.
Oh.
Freya barks
Oh.
every time
Got it.
that a give game is made.
I get it.
So it was
and
a
then my
quiet
wife even
bark.
pretended to bark as Freya, and I just got
It was a
confused.
silent but deadly bark. Yeah, I think I can tell Econ is at that point of a puzzle game match. I mean, they've already lost, and it's just probably in that state of they might be enjoying it, but I can see some frustration wiggles with the mouse.
Yeah, this is like a kind of puzzle where you want to take a break and then come back to it later, but you can't really do that here. I mean, I guess, can you skip ahead in this game? I didn't try.
I don't know.
I find out in World 9
hope
that you're in
not.
right now.
Alright. No, I can't.
Now the art that ID drew is just garbage now. Oh, no, back to normal.
There we go. Yeah, I connected the books on the stream because it looked like the books should be connected. I actually
We got
forgot that I
Kiwi.
did that.
That's pretty cool. Oh, did I skip ahead a level? Or did I? Oh yeah, you can skip ahead.
Oh,
That was on this one. And then I completed these 3. Yeah, so that's good to see.
what's the little 2 tab up there? Is it like a camera?
Well, I guess this is the
Oh,
lore.
it's just like your... I see.
Yeah, these are all the photos of like your cute cats that now is going off to Gordon Ramsay school.
Yes, unfortunately, Econ is out, but out at 9th place, so a really, really solid performance. Some of our best racers have made it to 9th.
Yeah, and Econ lost to, I think, 2 players who are... Because who else did Econ lose to? Maurice, yeah. 2 players who are
Yeah,
in
2 of
top
the
8.
best.
You can't ask for a better not top 8 placement than that.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
so
you
I
already
can
hit
start
credits.
setting
Good
this
job.
up, I'm gonna...
Yeah, beat the game.
That cute little cat art.
Since the next give game is given out, we're gonna give Econ the best of luck. I'm gonna move to the welcome screen here, just so I can start setting this next race up.
I guess I'll head out then. See ya.
But yeah, we will see you
Bye.
at top 8, Someone325.